This podcast is brought to you by the following sponsors. Your San Diego County Toyota dealers. We've got what it takes. Fix Auto. Corky's Pest Control. And Lolita's Family of Restaurants.
Division One, we've got the one seed. D1 bound, yes.
No, D1 here.
D1 here. D1 current.
We are here.
D1's
in
here.
the building.
Number one, Santa Fe Christian taking on Lincoln.
The number 6 seed.
Number 6. I'll make it short and sweet. Taking the Eagles. Aaron, lay it on me.
All right. You're taking the birds. I'm taking the insects. I'm taking the hornets.
Is an insect an animal?
An insect is an invertebrate.
But it's an animal still.
No, it's an insect.
Hey, Twitter debate, like the dress. Is an insect an animal?
Oh, man.
I'm going to put that out. I'm going to make a poll right now.
All right, with that said, I'm going to move on to my prediction because I'm about to be embarrassed again with my lack of knowledge of the animal kingdom.
Let's just talk some basketball.
Let's talk basketball. Here we go.
Finals time.
You know, and I'm picking Lincoln, and again, it's...
There we go. Someone else is on board with Lincoln finally.
You know, but I'm on board with Lincoln, not, as the emotional pick, them riding that emotional wave. I'm picking Lincoln because, I think the matchups favor them. We talk about both teams having very contrasting styles. Santa Fe Christian, very disciplined, and both teams actually really disciplined, but more of a perimeter-oriented offense. And Lincoln, I think, matches up with that perfectly with their, guard triumvirate of Malik Parsons, Alex Dumas, and Mike Singletary.
Dumas, who had a great game against Cathedral.
Yeah, really good game against Cathedral. Both of them, all three guards play on both sides of the court. They're both offense, two-way players. And I think their length, athleticism, and just the intensity that they play with on the defensive end is going to cause, Santa Fe Christian's guards a little some trouble. The other thing I think that's going to factor into this is the fact that teams that rely on perimeter shooting often, especially high school teams, often struggle when entering into a collegiate environment. Just the vantage point, the viewpoints are all different. There's a big void of space, in the background, crowd noise, all those things really.
One of the few finals where the venue actually makes an impact.
It really
Game
does.
Game at Southwest, not really. Playing a baseball game at USD, not much of a change.
Yeah.
Playing a basketball game at Jenny Craig is a whole nother beast.
Big
than
time.
Being locked into a small bandbox of a gym.
Big time. And I think that's really going to affect Santa Fe Christian because they really do rely on the three. Whereas Lincoln, while they do have guys who shoot the three, Malik Parsons hit 4 in that game against Cathedral Catholic. They don't necessarily. They don't live and die by it. They've got guys who can attack the basket. I think the X factor in this game is going to be, the interior play of Lincoln.
Okay.
Can they slow down Charles Dudley, Demetrius Washington? Can they provide the resistance necessary to give the perimeter guys a little bit of leeway on the defensive end? George McCorley is going to have a really big defensive effort. And I think he does. And I'm picking Lincoln.
Polls up, by the way.
Yeah, that's how little Tommy cares about our opinion in this game. Is he just spent your entire analysis writing a Twitter poll about bugs versus birds?
Well, I was trying to squeeze it into the whole 140, and I needed at least 2 emojis. So it was
you're an SFC guy. You don't get any guys. Basketball. Let's talk about this finals game, and I'm going to summarize it in 3 words.
Let me hear it.
Points in transition.
Nice.
Lincoln is going to need to win that battle. I think that Michael Singletary is fast enough and agile enough that we can see fast break points off of offensive rebounding. Mm-hmm. This game is going to be about who can get to the ball first and fastest. Mm-hmm. Okay. That team is going to win it. If Charles Dudley and Demetri Washington can dominate the offensive boards, SFC wins. If Lincoln can get in there and dominate the offensive boards, they'll win. I think Lincoln has just enough of an edge to win this one. But of all the finals that we're going to talk about today, this is the most coin toss of all of them. I will say, though, that Lincoln ultimately pulls it out.
Okay.
The Hive is indeed alive.
Yes, and so all I'm going to add to that is, I think if you have a pet, if you can have an animal as a pet, it's an animal, and people have worm farms.
We're on to worms now?
Really?
Anything else you want to add about insects and/or basketball?
No, the only thing I want to add is be there to watch this game, folks. Aaron's going to be courtside. I'm going to be up in the rafters. Tommy will be wandering
I got to feed my worms.
Somewhere, Snapchatting. Come check it out. It's going to be at the Jenny Craig Slim Gym at USD on Saturday. big time matchup.
We don't often give shout outs to coaches, but I want to give a shout out to both coaches in this game. Chad Bickley, Jeff Harper Harris, two of the best to do it in San Diego section. Glad you guys are representing us at the Slim Jim.
Yeah, good luck to both teams, and we are excited. We know it'll be a close one.